RoboCop Rogue City is a game that actually allows the player to step into the shoes of Alex J. Murphy. That is right, this game is not messing around. You actually get to see what it feels like to be RoboCop. From walking around the city with those massive T-Rex style footsteps.
The ground's shaking. Judgment Day is here.
To, just like in the movies, able to face take bullets as you lay waste to the criminal scum of old Detroit. This is one game that truly respects the source material, and if you're a fan of the original RoboCop films, is one that I highly recommend. This game basically is the real RoboCop 3. That being said, I would love to break this down in further detail and really discuss what made this game so damn amazing, along with some criticisms I have about Rogue City as well. But before we do that, I will say this video is going to contain spoilers, so consider yourself warned. With that out of the way, let's just dive right into it. So the combat and gunplay actually feels very unique for the style the developers were going for. This is not a cover-based shooter, nor is it a run and gun type of game. You are RoboCop. You're meant to be a walking powerhouse. Your body armor is your cover, and you're able to eat bullets like there is no tomorrow. However, the game does an incredible job at introducing different types of enemies that actually pack the firepower to be a threat.
I got the muscle to shove enough of this factory so far up your stupid wop ass that you'll shit snow for a year.
So yes, it's not just the gunplay that feels great in this game, even the enemy variety is extremely well done. From fighting thugs that are simply just juiced up on nuke, that run at you like they cannot die.
You're not getting anything out of me. Do you know how many cops I've killed? I ain't scared of you. Besides, I'm pumped up with nuke like a freaking power plant.
Then get ready for a meltdown.
To even encountering another gang that uses the speed and versatility of riding on motorcycles to try to take you out. You even have some guys that simply run up at you with a sledgehammer. With that being said, there are some criticisms I have about the combat of this game and the enemy encounters. For starters, I know most people are going to disagree with me, but I feel like the game just lacks overall violence. I've seen so many people say that this game is just extremely brutal and over the top, and I simply did not see that. Do not get me wrong, this game does have tons of blood and definitely is not kid friendly. However, I don't think it does the original movie justice. I brought this up in my first impressions video, and I stand by it after completing the game. In the original movies, we saw Alex Murphy blown to bits. We saw a man get covered in toxic waste only for a few moments later to be hit by an armored truck and explode on screen. Yes, this game does have some satisfying headshots, and we do get that amazing pop sound when we pull those headshots off. And there's even the classic nutshot animation. However, it just feels so tame. A good example of this is the game has body dismemberment. However, if you're really not paying attention, you may not even notice. In fact, when I played the demo, I simply missed the fact that the game had full body dismemberment. It just feels so weak in the game. It's so bad that the enemies literally have to tell you when they lose an arm or a leg, because the game does not really visually show it to you.
Legs gone! My freaking hand off! I didn't feel a thing! Die already!
Compare this to other games we have, where you actually get to see people blown to bits on screen. games like Soldier of Fortune, this is the type of violence I expected to see in a RoboCop game. And it's not just the violence. Even the foul language has significantly been reduced in this title, especially compared to the original 2 movies. The game does have a couple F-bombs here and there, but once again it just feels so pulled back. I mean, in RoboCop 2, we even have little kids using foul language.
Go fuck a refrigerator, peckerneck!
And it's not just the lack of brutality. I feel like the game needed better variety in the boss fights. In fact, there's really only 2 bosses in the game. Ed 209, which you face multiple times, and the final boss, which is just the robot from RoboCop 2. Which is pretty surprising because the actual enemy variety is incredible. So it's so strange that the game kinda lacked creativity when designing the boss encounters. Don't get me wrong, it was still badass facing these big bad guys from the movies, but it would have been so much cooler to also have additional boss fights that were a bit more original. So let's go ahead and switch gears away from the combat and discuss another aspect that this game does incredibly well, and that was the RPG element and the story the game has. So yes, this is not just a basic FPS. Instead of thinking of this game as just a simple first-person shooter, think of it as a RoboCop simulator. It truly allows the player to customize our RoboCop as we progress through the story. In fact, you start to unlock talent points, which you can use in different aspects of Alex Murphy's traits. Do you want to be even better at gunplay and more powerful? Put points in defense and combat. Do you want to be better at solving crimes and questioning suspects? Put points in deduction and psychology. And it's not just RoboCop we're able to customize. As you play through the game, you will find power chips, which you can use to change how the Auto 9 hand cannon functions, allowing you to make the pistol more like a shotgun or even a sniper rifle. It's actually pretty interesting. However, I do want to say, the game does a very good job at remembering that it's not a hardcore RPG experience. These traits are simply there to offer some sort of customization, and it actually does matter. Depending on what traits you use, you unlock different abilities or different dialogue options you can use as you play through the game. And it's not just customization where the game shines. The story is just fantastic. One big theme in RoboCop lore is the fact that there's a man trapped inside of a machine. And in the original movies, we see the struggle that Alex Murphy goes through as he attempts to re-find his humanity again. However, in this game, this time around, you, the player, actually get to determine if RoboCop is more Alex Murphy or simply a tool of OCP.
Naturally, I've heard people refer to you by different names, but I'm curious to hear which one you prefer.
My name is Alex Murphy.
You can tell the developers are massive fans of the RoboCop franchise and have crafted an experience that is just absolutely out of this world. RoboCop Rogue City may have some issues, and it may have some of that AA jank to it. However, I just had so much fun playing this game. Even with the drawbacks mentioned, this is easily my game of the year. And if you're a fan of the franchise, this is one game I cannot recommend enough. But I would love to hear what you all think. Did you guys enjoy your time Rogue City? Let me know your overall thoughts in the comments down below. And if you made it this far and did enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like. And if you are new, please consider subscribing. As for me, I got a ton of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to the grind and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.